Yes, hello and welcome to another video. This will be continuation from where we left from on liquidity. So this will likely be chapter 2 on liquidity. So the most question that a lot of traders usually ask themselves, especially beginners, is that which liquidity can they use in the market, or what are the important liquidity pools? These are ICT concept, and this video I'm going to be discussing the important liquidity pools that you can use every day, every single session to have entries in and out of the market. Remember, liquidity pools for a good trader will always enter using liquidity pools and exit using liquidity pools. Okay, meaning that if you're on a long, you're gonna be targeting some old highs as your target or as your primary target for taking profit. Okay, so without wasting time, on previous video I discussed what liquidity is. I discussed the premium, equilibrium, and discount PTRAs. And in this video I'm not going to be focusing on that. If you haven't checked the other video, you can just go and check it out. I did a video on introduction to liquidity. Okay, so let me just remove this. Yes, I had already talked about this, even the buy side and sell side. I've described everything in that video. So, guys, let's now talk about the most important liquidity pools. Now, the most important liquidity pools are previous highs and lows. Previous highs and lows. Now, previous highs and lows simply means that it can be previous of like last month previous high or lows. It can be weekly, it can be last week, previous highs or lows. It can be daily, it can be last day, previous highs or lows. It can be session based, like previous session highs or lows. So above the highs and below the lows, that is where liquidity lies on. Okay, remember this is just a beginning of it. We are going to be talking our catalog of liquidity pools. Okay, so for example, let me start with the weekly profile. Let me begin with the weekly profile so that you can be able to see properly. Okay, guys, I want you to see what's happening here. Let's assume, or not even assume, I want you to take a look at this low here. This is week of August 2024. This is August 2024. That was last year. Okay. And I want to take a closer look. On the other video, I talked about uh, sell side liquidity, and I also talked about buy side liquidity. Okay. So I want to take a look what really happened here. Above this high, we had buy side liquidity above this high. Below this low, we had sell side liquidity. And price, take a look at what price did. So price came, took these highs, this buy side liquidity, then dropped, took this sell side liquidity. After taking this sell side liquidity, what else do we expect? We expect price to take again these highs here. So this, for example, apparently where we're operating from, we're operating here right now. This is the current price move, and our target, our high time frame target or our long term target is definitely these highs here. Above these highs or these highs is where we have the buy side liquidity. Okay, we have the buy side sorry, uh, sell side is gonna be down here, buy side is gonna be up here. We're gonna be having buy side liquidity up there, and our sell side is gonna be down here. Remember, this is on a weekly time frame, and it is the same thing. You go on a daily time frame. It's all the same thing. We had sell side liquidity, below there. That is sell side liquidity. So in case price is showing us signs of going like for example, you have a break of structure right there, and you can see some bearish daily fair value gaps, then our direction or our target is going to be this sell side liquidity. Okay. And as you can see above here, that is where we're headed to, buy side liquidity. And I don't expect price to, just jump to that buy side liquidity directly. We wish that could happen, but it doesn't happen like that. There's another PDRs that I'm gonna be talking about, the fair value gaps, whereby I expect price to retrace a little bit lower, then take some liquidity within, or this inefficiency, that's the fair value gap, as we move higher. Okay. So as I said, liquidity, the most important liquidity, rests below or above or within previous monthly, weekly, daily session highs and lows. Okay, for example, this is an old like this February, and right now we're in June. So this is a previous month high. So we have some buy side liquidity. I described buy side liquidity on the other video. So we have some buy side liquidity here. Okay, so when you're targeting your take profit, in case you're in longs here and you had a good entry, this should be your exit point. If you become greedy and now say, you know what, I think we're still gonna go further, then it's likely gonna go against you, because once liquidity has been taken up here, the next the next thing is we're going to be trying to deliver now to the discount, because there's premium, meaning that there are also some people who have already have some orders here, sell limits. They're waiting for price to come here, then they can sell down. So that's how that that previous month high can be used. So another most important liquidity pool is the equal highs and equal lows. I usually like using 1 minute when it comes to equal highs and equal lows. 1 minute usually, shows them quite clear. Okay, equal highs, equal lows. See, for example, here, see this one here. These are relative equal lows. This one. So there's liquidity resting here, and I want to take a look at what really happened here. Did we tap in? Not yet. Fine. Meaning that this is liquidity generated here, which in future price will come and tap into. So this relative equal lows, this liquidity down there. Let's also see relative. Let me find some relative equal highs here. Um, Relative equal highs. Well, yeah, this one and this one here, this one looks like relative equal highs, and I think this one was purged. Yes, it has been purged already. And another relative equal lows is here. This one, you see here, and this one was purged. You see how price came, tapped it and rejected, going back up. Okay, even here we have this relative equal lows. This one's here, you see price came in, tapped them out, took liquidity there, and now it is going towards this relative equal highs up here, over here. That is where price currently is headed to. So that is on the relative equal highs and relative equal lows. These are liquidity pools. These are important liquidity pools. So if you want to buy, you have to spot them. And once you spot them, for example, after taking this liquidity here, as you can see, remember this 1 minute. Remember that now, as you can see here, price gave us a bullish fair value gap. This on 1 minute, and price came back to tap into the gap. Okay, and now for traders who use the 2022 model, ICT 2022 model, would just put their buy there like that, their stop loss below this low here, and they would be targeting these relative equal highs there. That is 1 to 2.7 R. Okay, that's how you can use this relative equal highs and relative equal lows. But remember, when using the relative equal highs and relative equal lows to enter, ensure that you have a bias. You know where the market is headed to, because if, for example, the market is very bearish on a higher time frame, then you are trying to go bullish, it will not work. It will not work. It will go against you. So once you have done, like for example, as you can see, the order flow here is very bullish. We are going higher and higher and higher. So what we do, we just buy here, because since everything is showing us that we are going higher, like we are supposed to be going higher. So definitely that's when you're gonna do something like that, like expect for price to deliver up there, to those equal relative highs. Okay. Now another 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 very important liquidity pools is the consolidating zone or the consolidation zones. Okay. Meaning that when price, for example, today there's a lot of consolidation. When price too consolidative is too consolidative. Let me use 5 minutes. When price is too consolidative, definitely it will have to be it will have to be roughed up. For example, as you can see here, from here, let me delete this one, this range to this range. So for example, during this silver bullet, which now began a market around 11, where is it? Okay, around 11 right there. Okay, it's not really perfect, but fine. So during this silver bullet, as you can see, this was more of a consolidation going on here, since during the Asian. So this was just accumulation or consolidation. So, and as you can see, above it we had liquidity resting there, and as you can see, price tapped it, and once it taps it, it dropped down, and once it dropped down, it came to the lows to tap the lows, and after tapping the lows, as you can see, it is now uh, going up. Okay. So also in the consolidating zone. So mark the consolidating zones if you're looking for liquidity to use to enter. Now another one that is very important that I usually use so much is the fair value gaps. The fair value gaps, I use them for entries so much. Okay. So a fair value gap, I'm going to do another video to describe what a fair value gap is. That is if we have new beginners who would like to learn about fair value gaps. A fair value gap, for example, like this one here, or let me just use this to make, because if some people still don't know what fair value gaps are, let me just use this kind of markings. Okay, we have, and remember, these are 5 minutes chart. So these are fair value gap here. So price is likely to drop, come here, fill this gap, because this liquidity pool, meaning that there are some orders that were left unfilled here. Price went so fast. Okay, so it, or maybe there's some limit orders that people have already put here. So it will have to come down here, then tap them in, then went to then go to deliver. And we have a lot of fair value gaps here. For example, there's another one there. See, that's another fair value gap. There's another one here. Remember this 15. That's another fair value gap. And as you can see, this one was filled. Price came, and you see even the body reaction of that candle. We just tapped it, but the body never closed below it. So this was just a complete liquidity sweep. Okay, and price went on to deliver towards this high, and now still going higher. So we also have volume imbalances. Now, volume imbalances are also other important liquidity pools to use. Let me see if I can find a volume imbalance here to show you. They're also very important. And I'm going to do another video describing volume imbalances and fair value gaps. Why can't I see one? Where are you, volume imbalance? Where are you? Most of the time, they often happen, during the open, the daily open, session open, and so on. How comes I can't see a volume imbalance here? My goodness. How comes? They're just, tiny, they're just tiny, not really tiny, but let me say some gaps whereby the body of candles to um fail to attach. Okay, I'm gonna do another video on volume imbalance. I can't really see a volume imbalance in this chart apparently, because I wanted something more visible that I can show you guys. The ones I'm seeing here are too small, are too little, so you won't really get the best explanation out of it. So well, I'm gonna do another video on volume imbalances. And remember, as I told you, even just during right now, when you are, talking about this, the equal lows, you see what's happening. We see that these were the equal lows here, and as you can see, price came in, tapped them, and left, some bullish fair value up here. So you're just entering, using that gap there, and targeting the equal highs or targeting the buy side liquidity above here. Okay, and as you can see, price still came down here not long ago, and now it's on its way to deliver up there. So guys, that's it on this video about most important liquidity pools to use. So in case you have any question or still you don't understand, let me know in the comment section, and I'll make another video to explain further about most important liquidity pools of ICT to use. And probably I'll be sharing some live trade executions using these liquidity pools. Okay, see you in the next one. Make sure to like, subscribe, and comment.